Okay, thank you very much. Welcome to Kingdom Economic Forum in partnership with New African Concept. This is a forum that has been set up to discuss, bring forth new ideas, bring in solutions to problems. Here we don't lament, we bring solutions. We identify a problem and then try to suggest solutions to remedy those problems. With me in the studio is my brother, Dr. Joshua Oponsafo. Joshua, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Nana.
It's been some time now.
It's been a while.
Pressure in the system, but we are managing.
For sure.
Well,
For sure.
those of you joining us, we want to say thank you very much for your time. Today we want to look at matters arising. Matters arising. This one is the phase one of matters arising. Do analysis of the policies and the trajectory of the new government. We want to look at it. Matters arising with government. How many days in power? In power, is it 100 days or?
Oh, I think a little over 120.
120. Yeah.
So, 120.
We need to do assessment and find out where we are, what policies are in place, and what has been the impact. And if we have solutions, and suggesting, we want to also give it out so that policymakers will pay critical attention to it. So the first segment of the matters arising today is the initial assessment and key priorities that we want to look at. So Joshua, I want to find out from you, what are the defining characteristics of this new government, policy direction, compared to the past administration?
Okay, so thank you very much, Nana. And then once again, we are all warmly welcome to another edition of our show. Yeah, so currently we have, as we said, about 120, 130 days of this new government. And before we get more into specifics, I must say that generally we could see, at least we've seen the first coming of our president, I think during around 2012 to 2016. And then if we are to compare it now, it is obvious that you could see someone who is bent on making a form of legacy. Now, the dynamics may vary, but in summary, you could see an effort being made in various angles to maybe drive things forward. So, generally, also, when it comes to the trajectory, when it comes to most of the policies that our president or the new government is making, now with their mantra that they entered in, that is the resetting agenda. So you could see an effort to audit. So two things or three things that I pick from what is going on.
Okay.
One is an effort to audit the past administration. So in various quarters, be in communication, be in various quarters, you could see an effort or a drive to audit the previous administration.
Yeah.
And then also you could also see certain policies that have been relayed, especially in areas like education and areas like economy, and then other areas like the mining area, which we have the gold board, and many other areas. So you could see some fresh perspectives also coming on, which we will delve into these details. And then the third thing is also, you could also see an effort to make adjustments in the infrastructure of our nation, and then also the mindset. I think with the mindset, that is where maybe we'll talk on a bit more. But you could also see some projected efforts. For instance, the code of conduct, which have been launched as a binding operational model for the various ministers or the various, let's say, public workers.
But before you continue, have you seen a copy of the code of conduct?
Yes, I have a copy.
You have a copy?
Yes, I have a
Yeah, I'm
copy.
here to lay hand. Okay, then.
Oh, okay. So I can push it to you. Yes. So the code of conduct, and then also concerning NSS. Concerning NSS, the director has indicated that from this year around August or September, that's a new batch, they are going to have a form of training at the military base.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Nigeria does same. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know if they are going to spend the entire or maybe 3 months, a section of their service period at the military base, with the idea that it will instill some form of discipline in them. So we will also assess these in details, but at least you could see that there is that effort being made that, okay, we want the youth to be more disciplined. No, now the question then becomes as to whether that approach will really get a job done. Is a second question. But at least the effort is also there, that we want to raise a youth that become more disciplined, and then also the leadership with that binding element of the code of conduct. So in these are some of the areas by way of general assessment. So we can take some of them and then now open up in details.
All right, so if you are watching us, this is Kingdom Economic Forum in collaboration with New African Concept. We're trying to look at the new government in Ghana, the policies that they are playing out, and over the past 120, 130 days, we want to look at the impact they are having in governance. Dog has listed 3 major things. Looking at the president, his experience compared to his first John.
It's first John.
First John, and this is the second John. We're trying to look at.
Second John.
You see a shift of. You see somebody who has earned experience in the work that he is doing. So that's very key.
Learn from the mistakes of the past.
Definitely. So we haven't had any. What do we call bad press in terms of the president's action compared to 2012 and 2016 era. So you see somebody who has learned on the job, which we think that is good for the country. And then the other aspect has to do with the several policies that have been rolled out, the Gold Board, even the issue of Galamsey. I think there's kind of effort is being. You can't just start criticizing, but there's effort. You've seen something that is ongoing. We are not there yet, but work has started, which we think is good. So now, my next question is, which of the sectors that you think have seen most immediate action, and why?
Okay, so obviously we can talk of the economic side, and then also some elements in the educational side. Yeah, so let's start with maybe the economic side.
The economic side, sure.
Yeah, so with the economic side, so there is, that is, I'm talking about the CD dollar.
CD dollar.
And then there are also, so there are people who are jubilating, and then there are those, especially those in the diaspora or something of that sort. But generally,
we are not the one jubilating.
No, they are not jubilating, because now they have to pump in so much money to meet up with what they used to be sending.
The windfall is over, isn't it?
Yes. So I think so with economy, one is the CD dollar buha, or let's say the battle between them, from about 16 or 15.5. Currently, we have it around 11.9.
Around 12.
Yes, around 11.9, 12, thereabout. So,
this is a critical,
massive shift in the CD dollar context.
Massive shift.
Massive, very massive shift.
But the question is it because of a policy, or we need to dissect.
Yes, so that is
see
that
the
is-
sustainability. I think
yes.
let's spend some time
Yeah, so
on
let's,
that.
let's spend some time on it. So we see that shift from about 16 or 15.5, currently around maybe 12, 11.9, which is appreciable.
Yeah.
Now, the why of it.
The why
the
of
why
the
of
city.
it, yes, the why of it is where there are shared thoughts and perspectives. Yes, I think the drive, even the previous government had pushed a bit more also onto these gold reserves, which we must also appreciate that effort. And then also this new government has also added a stretch to it. And it is something which, because we know that when it comes to international economic ecosystem, there is a strong role when it comes to maybe having a gold backing your currency.
Okay.
Yeah, so one will be that aspect. And the efforts by the gold board in terms of helping to reduce the gold laundering, we could also see that there are efforts also made along that line. So in short, the reserve, our gold reserves, which is gradually gaining weight in terms of its tonnage, seem to be ordering well to give a backing to the city.
Sure.
Without doubt, there are international plays also.
Sure.
We know our big brother in terms of Trump's
tariff war.
the tariff wars, and then the issues of the BRICS.
Yeah.
So the BRICS trying to move away from the dollar. And then I also read that about 11 countries in Europe and America are also considering same as a way of as part of the tariff battles or wars to really ditch the effort of the dollar. Yeah, so the international play is also having a contributing factor. Apart from these, we are yet to see practical policies, even if they are there, maybe it is yet to be rolled out. Yeah, so I think our jubilation, yes, we must jubilate, but we should be looking at the practical policies that in a way are sustaining these drives.
Okay.
Else we will be having that kind of fluctuating. So I think we should observe and then give ourselves some time. Because as it stands now, apart from maybe the international play, as well as the effort of the, shall I say, the gold reserves, yes, we are yet to see any tangible policy that these are the policies that are practically running. And because of that, it is giving that shock wave to the dollar. Yeah, so it may be in store. So let's give it some time and then observe and then see how things roll out in the course of time.
I agree with you. Just that in our part of the world, when the news is good for us, we really find it difficult to accept compared to when it had happened that the CD was free flow, falling kind of, and I think we are comfortable. I don't know. So let's see. Maybe I don't know. I'm not an economist, but what can we do to sustain this? What must we do to sustain this?
Yes,
because it's good for us.
Yes, it's good news. It's good news for us.
And now I've been told that the fuel prices are coming down. For transport,
which should reflect also in the transport.
Good, and then maybe advice to businessmen and women, those who are yet to. It's an advantage to those who are yet to import stuff. So let's see the advantage. Maybe share something.
Yes.
With how we can maintain number one, and I think there is another risk to government is about the cocoa price for cocoa farmers. It's going to affect them, isn't it?
Yes, it affects everything.
So therefore, what must government do? The purchasing power of the city, businessmen are supposed to reduce, inflation has to come down, so that when there's decrease in the prices of cocoa in the city term, the dollar might be going high, but then the city is going to have, I don't know,
Yes. Yeah, so when it comes to stability, at the economic front, 2 or 3 things comes to bear. One has to do with import and export. So generally, and those are the things that affect those economic parameters, things like the inflation, things like GDP and all that. So first of all, in order to really sustain, we should be looking at building sustainable local economy.
Sure.
Yeah, so the things that we do import and then the things that we do export.
Yeah.
When your importation is relatively much higher than what you are exporting to the international market, then we are going to get the challenges that we've almost always had. So if we really want to sustain the gold reserve as against the international play, those ones are good, but the true sustenance is going to be on the account of our import and export.
Sure.
That is, let us reduce systematically the things that we import, and then now through the government or the public-private partnership, we then invest more. So if we are cutting the slacks, and then now we are growing local businesses, so it solves the issues of unemployment. So we should look at getting more into those kind of industrialization, those kind of local businesses. So these things are going to produce a strong local economy, and with that we are going to get that kind of sustainability. And then secondly it leads to issues of employment. Yes, because when many people are employed, then now so another aspect then becomes a conversation around increasing the tax haven or the tax net, because it seems to be skewed towards some few people. So that one also generates a lot within, further giving that backing to the city. And then maybe the last thing that I may touch on will be if we can reduce wastage. We waste a lot. We waste a lot.
Very much.
We waste a lot. So some goes into unwanted expenses, some goes into corruption, some goes into... So so that is also another comprehensive discussion on its own. But if there is a way for which there should be a way to seal up corruption and then other unnecessary wastage, then these things are going to help back up the city, and with that we can have that kind of economic sustainability.
Wonderful. I think that I can maybe add has to do with value addition.
Great.
Exporting our raw stuff, we need to put an end to it.
Too much.
Bauxite. It's so sad that we export raw bauxite, and the sad reality is that a ton of bauxite, raw one, is $50. When you need 2 tons of raw bauxite to produce a ton of alumina, then the alumina is around $350, $400. You need 2 tons of alumina to produce aluminium. And a ton of aluminium is almost $2,000.
Just imagine the price difference.
So nothing prevents us to, and I want to encourage this government to pay attention to the bauxite value addition. And then we also export raw manganese. No. We can continue to do that. So
most of our staffs are exported in its raw state.
And
very unfortunate.
The interesting, even in the mineral sector, gold. You know where they get gold? There are other valuable minerals that are even expensive than gold. But we haven't paid attention to that. That we are always mining these galamsees, the south, and the reason why, in fact, let me mention, the reason why we need to regularize their activities is one reason, I just have one reason, is that they just take between 20 and 30% of the gold. The remaining 70 to 80%, because of the method that they are using, they leave it. They just destroy the land. They don't take all the gold. They're able to extract only maximum 30%. Maximum. The rest 70 or 80% are just left, and they are destroying the soil.
The land is also destroyed. And once again, so those ones, we are unable to sell them at places like UK and all that, because part of their purchasing qualifications is to track the source of the mining.
Of the mine, sure.
And if that kind of, the form of mining is not environmental friendly, they have made sure that they wouldn't buy. Yeah, so we end up buying or selling them cheaply at Dubai for their gold
reserves.
Reserves and then all that. So these are all parts. So the value addition also comes with those industrialization, and it solves a lot of problems. It solves a lot of
I
problems.
did a simple analysis on even refining gold into jewelry and then.
Okay.
Could you believe that process, having the gold and trying to convert it to jewelry and all that,
Yes.
you multiply the revenue and see that simple act. And last I was watching a video where what's the name of the guy in charge of the gold board? Is it
Sammy James.
yeah, I think he made a statement that PPMC, precious mineral, whatever, was not getting the required gold to produce them into these jewelries that I was mentioning. And it's sad. They just needed 5 kg and it was difficult. I think there should be a policy where at least we should have a minimum of the gold that can be not just refined but convert into processed into this jewelry, so that Ghana is, even when you want to buy gold ring and the like, it's difficult. Why? We should be able to prove to the world that this is Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
We have the capacity to even use it for ourselves if we have the right types and the right qualities in the system. Yeah. And I think when we do that, we'll be able to help. I don't know how. So, is there any other thing that?
Yes, so that is for the economy.
Economy, okay.
Maybe we can touch a bit also on
education. You mentioned where we are on education.
Yes, so
is there any policy that has come that you think?
With education, so far, what has been done is there has been, I think, one good thing is the engaging of stakeholder, or should I say stakeholder engagement. There has been, I think they did an economic stakeholder engagement, and then they also followed up with a bit of discourses on education, so that they can be thought sharing, which is good. As it stands now, effort has been made to still drive the free SHS. It is still undergoing certain discussions, because there have been suggestions of age modulation or necessary adjustments, and that is one. And then also the free tertiary, I think there was this campaign promise. Which, that is the free tertiary, that is free first year. Yeah, for the first year. When you get in, the government is seeking to absorb it, and then maybe from second year, if you can take it on your own. If you cannot, you can resort to some of the student loan trust. That is where some of us have problems with. And the issue is that we should tone down a bit more on the wholesale free stuffs. Yes. Because even with the free SHS, for instance,
we've not been able to.
The call for its adjustment is in the light of this. So we are pumping, and when you come to education, I think in later weeks we'll be talking about things that borders around systemic thinking. And I think it's one of our major problems. Instead of being systemic, we are rather reactionary, but we'll talk around it, and it plays here. Instead of, when you take education, we have two major problems. We have the problem of quality, and we have the problem of access. So the problem of access is what free SHS is solving or seeking to address. That is expanding the base so that many people can access it. And then we have the problem of quality. That is where the mindset, that is where the end result, when you finish school, what next also comes to play. But we have focused our attention much more on the access. And the access is also that is where we give the freebies. Yes. So instead of making it that wholesale free for everyone, I think that it should be best when we can assess if there should be a funding that can be put in place so that those who genuinely need it can access it, both at the secondary school and at the tertiary. Those who can afford it, they go ahead and then they push on. The same with even the free sanitary pad. So all these are things that I feel it's an effort though, but I feel that
sustainability
is a problem. And then we should focus also in balancing the access to the quality, which I'm sure maybe in later sessions we will be touching on in details.
In later sessions, we're going to tackle them in details. Because of time, we want to bring this segment to a close. We are saying that we're trying to look at matters arising. The new government, we're looking at its policies and issues that the government is dealing with for the first 120 days. We've tried to look at what is going on. Come next week, we'll continue this discussion. Today was the introduction. We've done a bit of analysis of the policies and the trajectory of the new government. Come next week, we're going to look at governance style and public perception, and then move to the matters arising part 2. We'll start with the governance style and public perception of this new government, and then look at the matters arising part 2 in our next discussion. Until we come your way, if you have any question, any comment, please comment questions, ask your question, we'll be able to respond to that. Once again, this is Kingdom Economic Forum in partnership with New African Concept. Thank you for your time. See you once again. God bless you. Thank our sponsors and our media men. God bless you till we meet again. Dom,
Yes.
see you next week.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.